on the ground covering since Wednesday?
Yeah, we got in Wednesday evening, I think, yeah.
What was the vibe? What have you been seeing? What are the highlights?
I mean, honestly, it was just a bunch of nothing, just a bunch of people yelling slogans. That's all it was. Today was a little more rowdy and people were rambunctious, but again, it was just slogan yelling. No one knew what they were talking about. It never got really violent or out of control from what I've seen until about 2 minutes ago. It got a little bit violent.
It's a great day for Christianity. Hey, don't grab.
Well, you can't touch him. You cannot touch him.
Don't grab his materials.
Don't touch him. That's assault.
But otherwise, the highlight is just, I don't know, it's cool to be in the Capitol, but it's very sad to see what people make of our history that don't know anything about our history. So that's kind of the low light. Highlights being here because DC has so much history. The low light is seeing what people have turned it into. If that makes sense.
What was your expectation with covering on the ground the eventual Roe versus Wade overturn?
It was kind of what I anticipated. I thought maybe there'd be a little more physical altercation. I'm glad there wasn't, so I guess we have to give credit where it's due so far at least. But the position's in an incoherent position. It can't be defended when you ask them about it, so there's nothing that shocked me. It was just actually seeing it is just disheartening.
What were some of the most outrageous reasons for being pro-abortion that you heard?
Well, the only one is that they called them forced pregnancies. The idea of a forced pregnancy seems insane to me because there's like 75 steps before you get to that. Now, I get the rape and incest thing. I get that's something that no one generally chooses. But then even if you ask them, and I don't agree with this, but if you give them the concession, okay, let's allow abortions for incest and rape, and then we can ban the rest. Then they say, well, no, that's not it. So when they talk about rape and incest, they're using 0.8% of all abortions to justify an argument that they can't coherently explain. Yet it draws out 1,000 people to do this. Why? Read the Constitution, maybe brush up a little before they come out next time. That's my only thought on it.
Highlighting on other constitutional rights, so when I panned around, I saw you and a lady, she was shoving her hand into your face.
Yes.
What was that about?
So we were kind of sitting on the fence like this. Ken and I were just chilling, and this lady comes up next to us. And this girl from Estonia was talking and saying a bunch of really sloganeering stuff, and we were making some quips about it. Nothing malicious. Just stupid jokes that probably weren't that funny, but maybe they were hilarious. That's not the point. She starts saying, shh, shh. Shh, and putting her hand in my face. And so I'm like, okay, I know you can't do that because I'm pretty sure the First Amendment still exists.
Ma'am, there's a difference. This is a public space. He's a journalist. He's allowed to be filming. So that is a First Amendment right. You do not have the right to be touching him.
And being in front of the Supreme Court, you would think that the people here knew that. For now.
This is public space. Cameras are all over.
I was back.
But it is still
Legally, I know you cannot do that. You can get in legal trouble.
What do you mean?
no. As
This is
long
public
as you're
interview.
not
She can
touching
totally
him.
film here. Everyone knows that she can film here.
Everybody can
She
film
wasn't.
here. This is a First Amendment right.
They don't understand that there's something called the First Amendment, as well as in a public space. A single party gets set place. Come on now.
Rights do not end when healing starts.
It's not cool. But single party gets set place.
I don't want to hear that. Feeling the same way, I'm sure.
Well,
Don't let them bully you.
I know.
You're fine.
rights don't end where feelings start is all I'm saying.
But then she continued, so I started to film her because I wanted to have her on film if she decided to hit me in the face.
She grabbed your phone,
Yes,
which is assault in several states actually.
yeah, because they kept making the argument that you were getting in her face, but I wasn't. I kept retreating from her and she kept following me. And the video clearly shows that. And then for some reason, everyone there thought I was part of the left, which was very weird. I don't know why. I guess because there's that's everybody here tonight. I'm not really sure. It could be the V-neck. I'm a little bit stylish sometimes.
What do you make of that? I felt when I was covering on the ground here last week, it was mostly pro-life during the day, and then now that the announcement has been made to overturn Roe versus Wade, you see largely pro-abortion people that are out here tonight. What do you make of people who are pro-life kind of dipping out once the announcement was made? Do they feel their job is done?
Well, I think so, but more than that, I think they know at nighttime is when the stuff happens that nobody wants to happen. and they're not going to be the ones out here assaulting people. That's just not how it works. They're not the ones going burning down buildings. They're not Jane's Revenge. They're not calling for Clarence Thomas to be killed. And I don't know, when's the last time that you've heard a pro-life argument that they were going to go kill people? That, right, is kind of contradictory to the whole stance. So I think they're just like, we got to get out of here because we are in physical danger once the sun goes down. That's just my read on things.
And as a final question for you, what do you feel that people who are pro-abortion may be missing in their life?
Good relationships, good family values for sure. It seems like a lot of them never had a dad. Not in the respect that he didn't exist, but that he never did things that a father should do. And perhaps a lot of them were abandoned by their parents. And I feel for them, and I understand where this emptiness comes from, and they're going to want to attach themselves to some cause. But it starts in everything starts in the family. None of these people are inherently bad people. Everyone's just looking for a cause, looking for a group to join, and this is the one that they've found for whatever reason. And it's a shame because there's a lot of people out here that could probably have beautiful lives and beautiful talents that they're not blessing the world with.
Thank you, Lane. And where can everybody find you?
You can just tune in to our show, Loud with Crowder, 10:15, 9:15 a.m. Central Time, and that's it. Yeah, thank you for having us on.
Why is your nickname Ginger Snap?
If you could start a petition for people not to call me that, I would love that. It's kind of a running joke in the office, but I'm trying to establish some credibility in the field, so maybe my name would be all right from here on out.
Well, you definitely are a tall glass of water.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Lane.